If you're not careful, you will end up people pleasing your way to someone else's life, to a life that God never intended for you because you're so caught up. Okay, let me back up. That people pleasing comes from two places. It comes from fear and it also comes from idolatry. When you people please, and I wouldn't even, when your identity has become one who is looking to please people because you are trying to manipulate one, their perception of you, you're trying to get their approval, and you learn somewhere in your lifetime that pleasing people gained you attention and it also helped you to avoid the discomfort of whatever it is that you're trying to avoid by constantly saying yes to requests to people that you know that you should have said no to, by avoiding hard conversations that you know that God is convicting you that you should have, or you want to, when it comes to idolatry, you are looking at, you are trying to please people because you want to be elevated in their eyes and appear to be, you want to be a priority. And it's not like there's anything wrong with that, but when you resort to contorting yourself and shapeshifting yourself into someone who God did not create you to be, not only are you trying to get someone to idolize you, you are idolizing their man's opinion of you above God's opinion. And what is this? John 12:43. John 12:43. Nevertheless, John 12:42 to 43. Nevertheless, even among the rulers, many believed in him, Jesus, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. So they feared the consequences, so they avoided confessing God because they feared the consequences. And that is a many people's problem, that you fear that the consequences of whatever it is may be, whatever those consequences, that broken relationship, that friendship maybe that might end because of what you might say, or not even what you might say, what might happen if you don't or aren't as agreeable, if you don't contort yourself to fit in wherever you are trying to shapeshift yourself to fit into, you fear those consequences. Let me keep reading. Lest they should be put out of the synagogue, for they love the praise of men more than the praise of God. You see, whether you are looking for praise from man, whether you fear the consequences of what might happen if you stop people pleasing, all of it is displeasing to God because God, one, two things. God did not give us the spirit of fear. He gave us the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And when you fear man more than you fear God, you have made that person a God. And I want to say this and I want to get off because I want this to be brief. And so in my lifetime, I, in certain relationships, I found myself saying yes to requests, to people when I should have said no. It's because I feared the consequences, yes. Um, and because I didn't want to disappoint people, also, I didn't really want to deal with the the I guess not really the confrontation, the that might come from me not agreeing or doing things certain people's way, right? And something very simple. And this is something that I did not like for decades, and that is people. It's simple. People showing up at my house without calling, whether it's family or whether it's friends. I am not a I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by kind of person. That's not me. I don't like that. And for years, I felt like whenever a family member would stop by, I felt obligated to answer the door because that's what they did, right? But I realized later, after God delivered me from bitterness and unforgiveness, he also delivered me from people pleasing because I saw that my boundaries and how he created me and the things that my values, my beliefs, the way that I wanted to operate in my life were given to me for a specific reason. And it didn't matter whether it was family, whether it was friends. I could still say, you know, could you please call next time before you stop by? Because I may be taking a nap. I may just want to have me time. I may not feel like having company, right? So, and that's something really simple. I want to go a little bit deeper into this maybe on another video, but not right now. This is brief, but I just want you to reflect on your life. If you are someone who considers yourself a people pleaser, that is, you have honestly adopted that identity as a people pleaser because you don't like disappointing people. You fear the consequences of what might happen if you stop showing up the way that people believe that you show up versus showing up the way that God created you with the boundaries that he placed in your heart that you want to have for yourself, the values and beliefs that align with his kingdom, of course, but that are specific to you. I want you to pray about God. I pray for you that God opens up your eyes and delivers you from people pleasing. And those people in your life who are benefiting from you people pleasing, if they really love you and if they really value your relationship, if you stop contorting yourself and shape shifting yourself to fit in, then they will understand. But those people are who get offended, who might get offended, that's okay. It's okay if they get offended, right? Because you cannot live your life trying to please people. Your job, you're here to please God and not man. That's it. See you next time. This was brief. I will go a little deeper, probably on another video, but that's it. Talk to you later.